Greetings, salutations, good day, and hi, and welcome to the start of the second series of NASCAR-style Nijisanji stock car racing. That's right, that's right, NijiCar is back. We have over 100 members of the agency ready to go, over 15 different rounds to determine who will be among the 43 drivers competing in the Cup Series playoffs next month. My name, as always, is Dag. Thanks for tuning in. If you just stumbled upon this stream, let's go right ahead and open up the game. Why don't we? Okay. So here we are. Let's get things rolling with our opening round of 15. As per usual, it's win and you're in. Win a race in this 15 round preliminary stage, you're automatically into the playoffs. Don't win, then just hope you're among the top point scorers to make the 43-car playoff field. And if you don't make it, then you'll have to play in the Road Series, the consolation stage Road Series. Alright, 28 laps at Daytona, 43 drivers, so we have a field of like 105 members of Nijisanji, so all KR, all EN, all ID, and a whole bunch of JP members. So 43 cars, 105 car field, so one field for a race may be completely different from the field in a different race. All members in the roster are in. Yep. Even the new ones. I did not forget. Let's make sure the replays are working. Replays are on, and let's load. So round number 1 at Daytona has a great place to open up a new season, as per always. 2.5 miles, 4 turns, 31 degrees each. The trial dogleg, 18 degrees, and the back straightaway, 2 degrees. And yeah, we have 43 cars ready to go. Can you recognize any of them? I might recognize like at least 1 or 2 names here. Starting off at row 1, we have Lee Roja. Next is Kaede, and then Nara and Oliver, Nasira, one of the newer members of the group, Maria. She'll start off in row 3. And then we have Reina, Himawari, Nagisa, Rosemi, Sister Claire, Mito, who won the Road Series, the Consolation Road Series in the first season. Koto, Hyuna, and Folger. Furin, Shu, and Sukoya Kana. Selen, Miyu, and Azura. Pomu, Lise, and Aiba Uiha. Keisuke, Taka, and Siska. Petra, Hayun, and Sia. Theorem, Scarla, and Yangnari. Jiu, Ryushin, and Aya. We have Ike, Saku, and Mika. Kazaki, Hisui, and Tamaki. And finally, Elira. Well, the defending champion, Gundo Mirei, isn't even among this first set of drivers for this opening round. But let's just see what happens as we go through 28 laps in this opening round. All right, here we go. 43 cars in a decent-sized crowd under the lights at Daytona International Speedway. 2.5 miles. And over 28 laps. Everyone pacing together. Let's skip the pace up a bit. Iroha and Uchi Kaede and Harmon and Oliver Evans and Nasera and Maria Marionette. Preliminary stage win and you're in the playoffs automatically. Going around to turns 3 and 4. On to the front stretch, the dogleg front stretch. Safety car will pull up and we should be set to go here at Daytona. And NijiCar Season 2 is underway here at Daytona. Let's do this. Liroha and Higuchi Kaede and now Hamon. Great start by the three. Scanning throughout the field, make sure everyone's good. Going side by side toward the back, and then you see cars going single file toward the front. Nice view here. Even though the textures are glitching up a bit. Look at that single file top four. So Liroha, Narahamon, and Kaede. As Kaede jumps up to second now. Liroha, the XKR in her unusual tartan livery. Only such car with such a pattern. The others are just plain colors. Rosemi up to P5, Himawari at P4. Go through 2 here. This is scheduled for 28. So we have 3 races under the lights to open up this preliminary stage. Next up, we're going to Auto Club Speedway in Fontana for a nice 30-lap race on the 2-mile oval before it starts to become a half-mile oval. And then race 3 will be at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway for 40 laps. No crashing as of yet, although we're seeing what seems to be 3-wide action. Of course, the fun thing about this mod is I can press the Apply key a few times to show a nice blimp view of the action. Iroha start off at pole, and now she's lost the lead to Himawari. A lot of action early on here, as you see how it is towards the back of the field. Well, Kaede is already all the way back to 24 and now 25. Side by side, the cars go around this tri-oval at speeds over 200 miles per hour here. Mori start up at 8th, and she has the lead, followed by Liroha and Tsukino Mito. So, point structure, how it works: winner gets 50 points and 5 playoff points. Second place, 40 points and 2 playoff points. Third place, 35 points and 1 playoff point, and then 34, 33, 32, 31, 30, and all the way down to 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1 for the last few places. Oh, careful, Iroha. Made contact with the wall right there. Selen goes up to 4th now. Selen of Obsidia. Was she in the championship 10 in the first series? I can't quite remember. It's been too long. Look who's catching up. Rosemi still in 5th. Rosemi failed to make the playoff in the first season, hoping to do so in the second season. Going on to the outside. Son backs up a few spots. Careful right there. Nasera trying to find the inside. Side by side with Himawari, slowly creeping up into the lead for the XKR member. So 20 to go. We're through 8. No one's out of it yet. See how some of the others are doing. Look at this close pack racing right we have there. Side by side to go. Rosemi up to P3, wants to overtake Himawari somehow, but Rosemi just backs out for the time being. Mito and Roha are fast approaching behind Rosemi. Alright, I just realized I forgot to adjust the fuel settings for this track. So expect to see a few cars somehow run out of fuel before finishing. Well, well, I guess the bonus is extra drop. 1.191. Okay then. Those of me going out to P2 now. We're through 11. Going around turns 2 and 3. '43-car field. Because that's how NASCAR used to be back then. 43-car race fields in the Cup Series. Nowadays it's just 40 cars for each race, but Nijisanji has like around what, over 200 members, and the NijiCar roster itself has like 105 members. So it does make sense that races here would be 43. Back again in the overhead view. Got a bunch of new names joining the roster from the JP ranks, as well as the new members of Noctix and Iluna, also joining along for the fun, as we have ourselves a pit stop shuffle. Yep. Our own version of the competition caution. Cars having to refuel and change tires somewhat before they come back out again. So we're roughly 15 to go as Nasira comes out again. Seriously, Alira staying out, or is she gonna pit in the next lap, or I don't know. Anyway, let's see what Alira Pandora has planned here. What is she trying to accomplish here? Well, there's your problem. You need to stop your fuel, and that's going to be the end of your race, unfortunately, Alira. I hate to see it. Alira fuels out. Well, she started off 43rd anyway. Anywho, Mito tried to catch up to Rosami to move up to P3. Remember, top 3 can get to playoff points. Yep, it's just the one driver retiring early on due to fuel issues. One of the newer Nijisanji members, 36th, 35th. Two Obsidian members in the top 3, but Rosami's spot in the top 3 is sure to be threatened by Mito. Oh, Rosami goes on a charge here, goes back up to P2, but Nasira is way too ahead of the others currently. 4.736. It's basically just these 5 cars that have the most potential to win the race, provided that they don't run out of fuel with 12 to go. Liroha is on the approach, trying to catch up to Rosami. Watch out, Rosami-sama, here comes the tartan pattern. Here comes Selen to try to perhaps overtake Roha. And guess who has entered the picture in P5? It's Darren Kato of the 490s. Selen overtakes Liroha. Nasura still leads substantially. Nine and a half to go. Well, Mito lost a couple places here. Well, looks like all 3 Obsidian members are in the race. Still just one race retirement due to fuel. Selen's trying to slowly approach her gen mates here. Careful! Bumper to bumper contact between the two. And while they were distracted by the bumper to bumper collision, Darren Kato is making her way up to perhaps the top 3, top 4. And Rosami drops back a bit. 7.777. Check these digits. Well, I recorded it on camera, so it counts. But Nasser's lead is only getting rather larger now. Right now, it's a battle for second between these 4 cars. Including the first Nijisanji member, an XID, and 2 Obsidian members. You know your lead is way too big when you see cars in sight and are at risk of overtaking them. Nasura, Selen Tatsuki, and Rosami Lovelock. You're top 3. These cars way ahead of the next highest car, which is Sukoi Kana. And Nara and well, Petra's in the top 10, but only briefly, as a couple cars are coming after her. And yes, Nasser has to pit. Sarah has to pit. Well, there goes a chance for a race win, I think. Unless other cars may be pitting the next lap anyway. It's late race action, so expect to start seeing a few cars perhaps run out of fuel here. Late race drama. Almost 41st, are you kidding me? Yep, pit stop shuffle with like 5, maybe 4 to go. Someone's staying out, so that might be highly inadvisable. Oh, we missed an entrance to pit lane. Could he even survive one more lap before having to pits? Now Sarah is out again. I think Pomu may have skipped a pit lane. And now these cars are going into pits. We'll just see how the shuffle ends up. Okay, good. Pomu has to pit. So yeah, NASA is still waiting. Oh man, Rose will be way back there. Probably didn't have a good pit stop. But yeah, NASA is leading. 4.959 second. And Pomu's way down there in 42nd. One and a half laps left to go at Daytona. Mito jumps up to P2 at the expense of Selen. White flag is up. Final lap at Daytona in the opening round. Now Sarah around 2 miles away from booking the first playoff spots of season 2. Well, never mind, as we have a few cars hurt. Selen doesn't quite make it. Which means it's gonna be Darum! Darum gets the victory at Daytona. She gets the first playoff spot. And look who's going on to second. Petra, of all drivers! Can you believe it? Petra, second! Oh my goodness. What kind of top 3 is this? Aaron, Petra, and Morinaka Kazaki. What just happened there? Oh man. several drivers running out of fuel awkwardly when they're vying for the win. That's stock car racing for you, ladies and gentlemen. As Keisuke gets tapped out with an engine failure. And looks like Oliver's done, and so is this opening round. Spinala, indeed, yeah. So your top three are Darren, Petra, and Kazaki. So congratulations to Darren of the former IDs. She'll be going to the playoffs. As we lock in the points. Man, Petra, she was like way out there, way down there in the top 10, while Selen and Rosami were vying for top 3, and in the end, those two ended up fueling out, and Petra finished second. Strange start to the new season. You have to lock in the points. Nagisa, Pomu, Yona, Keisuke, Selen, Fulger, Nara, Rosemi, Mito, Yamawari, Makoto, Raha, Claire, Shu, Maria, Sarah, Furin, Miyu, Kana, Oliver, Reina, Kaide, and Alira. Man, Kaide started off second, finished 42nd. That's quite an awkward start to the season for the JP number 4 car. So the points will, I guess, go in. And, yep, I see 43 names. That looks good. That looks good. And, since Daram won, she'll have her name filled yellow, which is to confirm she'll be going to the playoffs. And so yeah, that is the opening rounds, and we still have 14 more rounds to sit through to determine the 43 car playoff field. Anyway, let's go there no more for the rest of the season. Next round is at Fontana Auto Club Speedway, 2 miles. Yeah, we're racing on the 2-mile layouts. That's Auto Club. Soon it will become a half-mile oval. Turns 14 degrees, front stretch 11 degrees, back stretch 3 degrees, we're racing not 28, but 30 laps. And so we're just gonna get right to begin. Yes, Salome is in the roster. Salome is in the roster. Hopefully we might see her in this next round. That's the good old Desuwa. Let's slot in the Auto Club and see the roster for this race. Well, we have another KR member who will start off at pole. That is Minsuha, followed by Sarah, Hoshikawa Sarah, Ichigo, and Azura. Azura Cecilia, your second row. Third row is Hisui and Siska. And then we have Taka, Reina, and Nagi. Bomu, Mugi, and Himawari. Daram gets to race again. And followed by Suzui Aki and Suzuki Masaru. Limu, Mao, and Kyo. Oliver, Yoon, and Yugo. Tamaki, Vox, and Sefina. Reza, Lise, and Nagisa. Anamakia, Millie Parfait, and Mika Malatika. Well, I see no Salome as of yet. Maybe at Vegas, perhaps in the next round. Let's see, Mr. Sukurikana and Selen. Akabane Yuko, Yashiro Kizuku, and Yuki Chihiro. Ratna Petit, Furune Lustario, and Shizuka Rin. And finally we have Luca, Reimu, Fulger, and Gaon. Oh, by the by, Daram won from a start of 31st, while Petra won from a start of 28th. As for Kazaki, finished third from a start of 40th. That's NijiCar racing for you, ladies and gentlemen. As it's not unusual to see any of these bottom cars, these cars starting at the back of the grid, perhaps finishing top 3 anyway. We're doing 30 laps here at Fontana. Let's start. Once again, under the lights. By the way, the next 3 races, round number 4, we have our first road course round. We'll be going to the Circuit of the Americas in Austin. Round 5 will be a mile oval race at Dover Motor Speedway, and round 6 will be under the lights at Charlotte. Shockingly, Atlanta isn't part of the NijiCar calendar for season 2. Anyway, races after that, we have Gateway, Sonoma, and Nashville. I believe next Friday night. I hope to stream Friday nights for these 3 rounds: Gateway, Sonoma, and Nashville. And then we have Road America, New Hampshire, and Pocono, and finally Richmond, Watkins Glen, and Indianapolis to wrap up the preliminaries. 15 rounds in the preliminaries, and then 10 races in the playoffs. And then 10 rounds in the road series for the 60-plus cars who failed to make the playoffs. Anyway, we're set to begin here at Fontana. Minsuha will lead the whole 43-car pack up to the green flag. We are racing at Fontana for round 2. Good jump by Oshikoa Serra from the outside as cars go on to the first couple turns. Just need to see my OBS. Okay, OBS is good. Scanning through the grid to make sure everyone seems fine. Azura Cecilia jumps ahead of the others, and I believe she will have the lead after this opening lap, followed by Yomi Reina and Siska. Yomi Reina jumps to second. No, first. What's the difference? Except that first gives you a spot in the playoffs, while second doesn't quite do so. Well, as you know, I just noticed. I'm only just noticing literally now that these cars have no side mirrors. These cars have no side mirrors, strangely enough. I'm only noticing just now these cars have no side mirrors. Perhaps because of the rubbing this racing thing. Side-by-side racing, making side mirrors a no-go. Perhaps. Anyway, we have an ID member, Siska, the number 13, ID 13 car, having a slight lead over another ID member, the ID number 8 car of Azura. Anyway, let's see how the field is. Remember, it's a 2-mile oval. So expect a rather high speeds of over 180 miles, perhaps 190. I see a car go up to 190. I'm kind of doing a pretty good job here to start off the season. Anyway, welcome Kyokaneko to NijiCar action. The 6th EN generation. Gen 5, Noctix wasn't even in the first series, so Noctix also making debuts here. For example, Yugo Asuma, who you may have seen in the loading screen for this race. No one quite out yet, although Shizuka Rin really needs to catch up somehow, as we may have had a bit of an issue with Lisa. What just happened there? Yeah, bit of a whoopsie doodle for Lisa, and she currently finds herself still in, well, 30 seconds. How? Wasn't she like 42nd for a brief moment? And the field is fucked up all of a sudden. Wasn't Shizuka Rin like way back in the field at one point? Nothing makes sense around these parts anymore. Gundo Mirei, one of the new drivers in this series, had a brief heave over Mugi, but Mugi goes back to the lead. Battle for fifth between Sarah and Suzuki Aki, and Sarah will completely overtake Aki. I believe Suzuki Aki is actually a he. I don't remember though. There's so many members of Nijisanji, and I usually only watch the EN members. So please excuse me if I get facts wrong. I'm just streaming stock car racing with these members because variety is good from time to time. Instead of the usual open wheel racing, we have ourselves stock cars on ovals. Turning left, 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 and left again on these banked turns. Anyway, Nagamugi's lead is 3 seconds. Pretty good right there. Yugo Asuma is slowly catching up to Kyo. And Ichigo. Kyo lets Asuma go ahead of him, and here comes Yugo trying to catch up to Ichigo. But nothing quite doing there. Nothing immediately behind Mugi still, as there goes up to P2. Yoshikawa jumps up to P3 at the expense of Reina. Comes the number 81 car, fast approaching the ID number 8 car. We're over a third of the way through this second round at Auto Club Speedway. Let's see how the others are doing here. Some single file racing. Well, mostly single file racing. And a bunch of cars having their positions screwed up for some reason. So, just 32 cars are in the lead lap. Bit of a bump in between Millie and Tamaki. But Millie shakes off of that bruising. Oliver fast approaching Ichigo. Meanwhile, Suzuki wants to pass Hisui to go up to 6th. Bit of a mistake by Hayun toward the rear field. But he has righted himself or herself or I don't know. Yeah. I don't know the correct terming to use for some of these members. Masaru's the lapped car. Sarah goes back to the lead. Rimu is a lapped car, and so's Hanamakia. Coming on to the halfway point of round 2. As Mugi tries to fast approach Sarah to go back to the lead. But still in a bit of a distance behind Sarah. Siska is a distant 3rd behind these two. Gotta watch out for some of the lap cars in the way. Down to 14. Siska's getting closer now to Mugi. I only have black flags on for rFactor for this series, so no lucky dog rule is known to exist here. As Masaru will have to stop, take a breather, and a few more cars will go into the pit lane. So we have the start of another pit stop shuffle. Some cars will have to pit after this next lap. With around 13 going down to 12 to go. And here come the other cars soon to go in. There should be enough pit boxes to go around for everyone here. So I guess whatever pushing and bumping there would be make their way into their own respective pit box. Not fighting for the pit boxes themselves, but to get into their own pit boxes, since these tracks are these NASCAR tracks are built to hold so many pit spots. Sarah just came out now, followed by Siska and Mugi. Finds herself third. Suzuri Aki fourth, and Ushimi fifth. Well, neck and neck for fifth with Azura. Well, the good news is that Pomu's in the top 10 for the time being. Vox is a lapped car. Gotta watch out for that obstacle. Sarah, Siska, and Mugi. And Siska jumps Sarah to go up to P1 with 11 to go. Everyone's still racing, and 29 cars are still within this lead lap. Two-thirds of the way through this round. 10 to go. Siska's lead is 1.857. No incidents yet among these cars. They're all still in complete working order. We'll move up to 6th. Mirei at a distant 7th. Darren still doing a pretty good job here. In the top 10 currently. Mirei goes back up to 9th. Ichigo bounces right back. Yes, Himawari will drop back a bit. Wait, how did Retina Petit get all the way up to 12th? Wasn't she like toward the back of the field earlier on? Reimu, being bold, wants to have a top 10 finish of her own. But there's just a couple cars up way ahead. As we see Suzuya Aki jump up to P2. Mugi drops down to 5. Goes back up to 4. Six to go. Siska dealing with a lot of lapped cars. Siska lets Sukoi Kanama go. Lets Oliver go. And Suzuki jumps back up to the lead. And Azura is threatening to get back to the lead herself. Gotta do something. Oh my goodness! Azura has bumped Siska out of the way. And despite turning 360 degrees, Siska remains third for the time being. 5 to go. Azura fast approaching Suzuki. Look how close they are. Azura wants to go on the inside, but Aki cut her off. Azura goes again! Oh, not quite. Not quite. Azura goes again! Still couldn't quite stick. Aki might rubber bound back to where he was previously. Aki still in the lead. Vox brushes against Azura. Rain Puff goes up to P3. Azura wants to try again, but she's running out of race distance. Just 4 miles to go in this race. 2 laps. Suzuki is just way too far ahead of Azura. Battle for third between Pomu and Mugi. Tamaki rudely brushes against Pomu. They'll allow Mugi to get closer now. Perhaps overtake Pomu to get back up to P3. But we have 1 to go. It's Suzuki lead of 3 seconds. Hoping that the car will hold. Have just enough fuel left to reach the finish. Going down to the 4th and final turn. And that will do it. Congratulations to Suzuki. Wins at Fontana. And Azura Cecilia finished second, and Pomu gets a playoff point for the 3rd place finish. Top 3, Suzuki, Azura Cecilia, and Pomu Rainpuff. Well done to these 3. They got playoff points. They get on the podium here. Winning time 22:32.456. And Suzuki on debut. First NijiCar race gets the W at Fontana. And we'll go to the playoffs. And the other one is done, and so we're going to lock in the points. So, Aki, Azura, Pomu, Mugi, Sarah, Siska, Himawari. Another top 10 finish for Darum. Well done. Rina, Ichigo, Ratna, Safina, Nagisa, Izuku, Hisui, Reimu, Nagi, Selen, Reza, Rin, Masaru, Taka, Yuko, Millie, Suha, Ririmu, Gaon, Lise, Mista, Kyo, Yugo, Kana, Oliver, Kana, Box, Tamaki, Holger, Urin, Luca, Mao, Mika, Chihiro, and Yoon. So Suzuriaki won from a start of 14th, Azura won from a start of 4th, and Pomu from a start of 10th. So not bad for these drivers, as we'll lock them in. And it looks good. It looks good. Looks good. So Suzuriaki will join Darum in the playoff. And currently leading in the unofficial points standings is Kitakochi Hisui. That's her right there, the number 102 car, with 63 points. Second is Fumino Tamaki. Right there, with 62 points, one behind Hisui, and Aiba Ueha. Should be third, and point standings might be a bit rigged. Let's try that again. Now that makes more sense. That makes more sense, ladies and gentlemen. No, it's Darum with the points lead. Followed by Azura Cecilia and Suzuriaki. I was wondering what the hell was going on with these names. Yeah, they make no sense here. But I think it all looks good now. So Daram, Petra, Kazaki, and Suzuri Aki, and Azura and Pomu. Now it all makes a logical sense. All right. Ah, my head hurts. Trying to figure out this convoluted points system and playoff structure. Round 3, Las Vegas. 40 laps on this cookie cutter 1.5 mile oval. Sort of a popular location for NASCAR fans. Obviously not so much for IndyCar fans after what happened more than a decade ago. Let's not talk further about that incident. Once again, under the lights. And we load. And let's put in the CAPTCHA, and then we'll go ahead and I can't read this darn thing. Okay, so as I turn the page on my notepad, Sasaki Saku. We'll get Pole, followed by Miyu. Row 2, Safina and Minsuha. Row 3, Furan and Hayun. Next we have Petra, Reimu, and Nara. Anna finally shows up for a race, followed by Gaon and Ojiu. Rin, Sarah, and Dola. Millie Daram again, and Sonny Briscoe. Yuki, Aster, and Reina. Keisuke, Alira, and Amasia. Yagnari, Azura Cecilia, and Sheena Yuika. Let's see. Siska, Kyo, and Rosemi. Shu, Oliver, and Pomu. Huyuki, Himawari, and Layla. And finally we have Renzoto, Sister Claire, Bonibir, Renaja, Yugo, Ichigo, Nagisa, and Chaika. And once again, I'm sorry to report no Salome among this field. I can't confirm she is part of the roster. Why hasn't she been drawn into any of these races yet? Perhaps we might see her in tomorrow's set of races. Let's hope so. Anyway, Las Vegas, 40 laps under the lights, and we are ready to go here. Here's Sasaki Saku and Mio Octavia, your front row. Under the lights at Las Vegas, another tri-oval. 1.5 miles, turns progressive from 12 degrees to 20. Trying to get everyone's tires warmed up here. This is the first time we're racing here in this vTuber racing project. We could use this track for vTuber NijiCar, but no, I refuse to do so after that incident over a decade ago. So it's only to be used by a NijiCar. Anyway, we're set to begin round 3 at Las Vegas. Sasaki Saku and Miyu Octavia lead everyone off. And we're going to put a green flag to go up. We are green, green, green. Here we go. On to the first turn. Bit of rough housing early on, but nothing too serious. I have my overhead view just in case. Cars going side by side early on. Why are they going on the inside area? Octavia, Nahamon, and Saku in the top 3 after 1. Now our cars crossing the inner line, but yeah, which is a no-no for real-life NASCAR racing, but for NijiCar, no problem. As you see, cars battling for position in this overhead view. Sonny Briscoe is on the move. Sonny Briscoe of Noctix goes up to P3. Remember, fellas, don't confuse Luxium and Noctix. Luxium comes before Noctix. Sasaki Saku goes back to the lead. But Nara might rebound her way back to the top spots. Couldn't find the inside. Saku just cuts Nara off. Nara tries again, and this time she is successful at overtaking Saku to go back to the lead. Sonny is threatening here. Passes Saku to go up to P2. He now has Nara in sight. Goes to the lead. Sonny Briscoe. With Sonny Briscoe, his very first NijiCar race. We're through 5. MRI going crazy. Trying to pass a few cars there. Be very careful right there, Himawari. Well, Saku has regained the lead. Sonny has decided to back up a bit. It's still early on. Fern is in P4 and Hayun 5. Nasser P6 and Chihiro 7. Aster Arcadia. Debut race for him in 8th. Fern backs up a bit. Sia will jump Furin. It's up to 9th. Dola is on the move. One of the newer members in the NijiCar roster. Didn't compete in Season 1. Here she is in Season 2 now. Another overtake. Good job by Dola. Chihiro is on the move there. Goes up to 4th now. Sonny Briscoe back up to P2. Now Saku's trying to be the one doing the chasing, but Sonny speeds away from her. And Saku's slowing down a bit. Wants to recollect yourself and try again, hopefully. Careful about wall contact right there. What are you even trying to accomplish here? Anyway, Nara's lead is 5 seconds. Dola up to P2 now. The X exceeds first wave member. 5-second lead for Nara. Anyway, Petra Gurin. Still doing a pretty good job in the racing. Currently 4th, might find herself in the top 3 with a nice move against Dola. Yes! Nice move against Yuki Chihiro. P2 now for Petra. And now here she is trying to chase after Nara. Quite a few overtakes early on in the first 10 or so laps. Sorry, remember the laps you see at the top of your screen count down, not up. But at least you get to see how many laps this race is scheduled for. Remember, set number of laps or a time limit of 25 minutes, whichever passes by first, as Petra speeds up, chases after Nara, and Petra goes to the lead. Petra of Obsidia. Man, Selin and Rosami almost got to the top 3. Perhaps almost got a win had it not been for fuel issues in the final lap at Daytona. But here she is, wanting to give new hope. Try to black out the competition here under the lights at Las Vegas. .946. That's now I might be catching up, perhaps. Safina goes up to 4th now. Might go up to 3rd. Not quite there yet. No one out of the race yet. Everyone's still driving clean, despite some cars driving completely on the inside line just to overtake some cars. Of course, some rules simplify for the sake of entertainment. Quote, entertainment, unquote. Because that's what the real-life NASCAR is being reduced to. Entertainment. Because the fans love the multi-car pileups and wrecks and the fights between pit crews at the end of races in short tracks. But they're still confounded by the concept of the playoff system. Playoffs! How do they even work? As Fernie Lustario jumps to P3 and might go up to P2 with a good push against Azura, perhaps. Yes. P2 now for Furin. Petra still leads here at Vegas. Meanwhile, I'm gonna look at this grid here. Yeah, with 105 drivers here in this pack, it might be hard to keep track of who's live and who's not with regards to streaming. If there are any drivers, if there are any Nijisanji members who are graduating or at least going on a long hiatus, do let me know. Discord or comments in the stream or wherever the hell, and I can certainly park their cars for the season. I don't know. Furin jumps Petra to take a brief lead, but Petra rebounds back. Look at the speedy penguin go. As we start to reach the halfway mark here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, one of the 11 billion 1.5 mile tracks being used by NASCAR. Wow, Rosamy not doing too hot here. Too many cars to contend to. Careful, Millie. Everyone's still sort of in it. Darum goes up to P3. If she wins again here, then there's no automatic spots awarded for the second place finisher. Man, what a start to the series Darren Kondo is having as she makes a threat against Petra. Look how fast she's approaching. Darren Kondo goes to the lead with 18 to go, 17 and a half actually. Sonny Briscoe is currently third, but not for longer as another yellow car has overtaken him. Petra wants that automatic playoff spot. Darren wants to make things harder for the others. Here comes Petra, making the move. Goes back to the lead. Petra of Obsidia. Oh, be very careful right there. Yaninari, for some reason, is marked 42nd, so I guess Keisuke is a lapped car. Yes, Keisuke is indeed a lapped car. Petra's lead, 0.831. As Hanma Himawari goes up to P2. Himawari from all the way back at 35th at the start of the race up to the top 3. You see, anything, seriously anything can happen in NijiCar. Remember Nashville in the first season, Lisa Helesta started off 40th, won the race when she needed to win because points certainly wouldn't help her get into the playoffs otherwise. And now here she is in the lead. But only for a brief moment as Petra tries to rebound back. Look how close they are. And everything is screwed up as the cars start to go into pit lane. Reimu decides to stay out for a bit. So Petra has a pit, and Reimu might go in next lap. Quite a small amount of cars having to wait until next lap to go into pits. And understandably, Reimu will be going in. Keisuke! Oh my goodness. Staying out, Yugo Asama. Asama also staying out as cars, as a whole mess of cars go back out again. We're waiting to see who will have the lead effective. Man, Reimu! You seriously couldn't get a hold of yourself now, could you? So it's Naruhamon back in the lead. Palmer Rain Puffs! Whoa! Out of nowhere! Palmer Rain Puff! How'd she go up to first all of a sudden? Well, we had a very good pit stop. Palmer Rain Puff with the lead. Wants to make the playoffs when she couldn't in the first season. Petra a distant third. I don't know, did they pit or what just happened? Did they pit already or no? But here they are, top 2, Nara and Pomu. With Petra still too far to go, but there's 11 to go here in this round number 3. Mamoto Keisuke is 4th and Yugo Asuma is 5th. Petra is threatening. Wants to go back to where she was previously before the pit stop. Has refueled, fresher tires. Petra's on the move, makes the jump. goes back up to P1 with 10 to go. And she's speeding try to go as far away from Nara as possible, from Nara and Fomu. Going down to 9, 1.441 is the interval between P1 and P2. Yugo goes back up to 4th, Azura 5th, 6th, Oliver 7th, Keisuke 8th, Darum again, my goodness. What's with her racing today? She's doing pretty good so far. Siska 9th, Shina Yorika 10th, Petra still leading, but there's still 8 after this. And understandably, Reimu has to give up completely. Reimu with a DNF. And she started off 8th. What a complete waste of a top 10 start for the Etheria member. Seven to go. Azura finds herself back in P3. And now is fast chasing after Nara. Let's get a bit of a heat to go up to P2 perhaps. Luna wants another podium, but has to do a bit of chasing herself. Darum, 5th. Kato doing an absurdly good job here in the first 3 races of NijiCar Season 2. Over 180 miles per hour. The cars go here as Pomu jumps Azura to go back up to P3. But Azura might rebound. We'll wait to see what happens. Here comes the rebound. Oh, Sasaki Saku also enters the fray. And Sasaki Saku is a lap car anyway, so what does that matter anyway? Shina Yuika goes up to P4th, and Pomu is slowing down a bit, backing up substantially as cars go ahead of her, or at least threaten to go ahead of her. Yamawari, P3 again. And Nara jumps Petra to regain the lead. I don't know what she is. Is she like a cheetah or a tiger? Anyway, she can be comparable to either one. Really, really fast as Keisuke goes into the pits and just basically has given up here. 3 to go. Petra is too far behind Nara. Penultimate lap. Petra loses another spot as Himawari jumps up to 2nd. Might come down to one final lap here. Nara Harmon of the former IDs brings out the white flag in just a couple seconds. One to go at Vegas. Nara, Himawari, and Petra, your top three. Nara's lead. 3.4. That might as well be too far ahead to overtake. And here comes Nara. Off to the finish line, and Nara Hormarung is playoff bound. I believe she's playoff bound once again. I believe she's going back to the playoffs. Oliver Evans finishes second. Himawari finishes third. Unlucky for Petra. Got overtaken by a few drivers. Yugo Asama finishes fourth, Tomu fifth, and Petra will have to settle for a sixth place finish. Not even close to finishing in playoff point contention. But there you have it. Nara is, I believe, going back into the playoff stage. At least I think she made the playoffs in the first season. But yeah, 23:37 after 40 laps, and everyone is just about done. All that effort for Sasaki Saku to finish 41st. From a pole position to a finish of 41st. You hate to see it. X Gamers member certainly wasn't game enough against these other Nijisanji members here, as we lock in the points and wrap up for today. Nara, Oliver, and Himawari. Fourth is Yugo. Fifth is Pomu. And it's Petra, Siska, Sunny, Yuika, Claire, Puren, Sarah, Chihiro, Daram, Jiu, Rosemi, Cheka, Gaon, Layla, Renzoto, Azura, Dola, Rin, Manibia Pranaja, Nagisa, Amasia, Yun, Ichigo, Fuyuki, Nari, Rina, Aster. Who else? Millie, Shu, Sefina, Miu, Kyo, Min, and a fish 39th. Oh, that's unbelievable. How about Alira? And final Keisuke and Reimu. And those are your drivers that end up finishing with just 1 point to their name. While Nara gets to 50 regular season points and the 5 playoff points. All over 2 playoff points for him. Himawari gets 1 herself. Lock in the points, and we're going to wrap up for today. Oh, it's all so tiresome. And I'm missing a name. Whose name did I misspell? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's see, we have a here's the missing name, Minsuha. 1 point. And everything looks good as far as I can tell. So your unofficial point standings still sees Darum leading the regular season championship with 109 points. Second is Azura Cecilia with 93 points, and both Pomu, Rain Puff, and Siska Leontine each have 85 points, but Pomu currently has the tiebreaker because she has a higher best finish than Siska. And fifth is Himawari with 75, and a lot of cars yet to score. A lot of cars yet to enter the race. Nothing heard from Fontana, Nina, Kosaka, Uki Violetta, Alba Knox. Yeah, of course, Fontana prefers F1 racing these days, and not quite NASCAR. So 78 drivers out of the 105 car roster are on the points currently. We have yet to hear from Gundo Mirei as of yet. We have yet to hear from Salome Desuwa. Might we see them tomorrow? We'll find out as we wrap things up for today. So yeah, that's it for today. As we feature Darum's car, because why not? She has the points lead, and she has a race win. She's going to the playoffs, along with Suzuki and Nara. Tomorrow we are going to race at Kosa in Austin for a road course race. Then it's the 1 mile long Dover Motor Speedway, and round 6 will take place under the lights at Charlotte. So be sure to tune in tomorrow at our usual time, 11 a.m. Eastern, as we continue to open up the second season of NijiCar action in these Cup Series. So yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. See you tomorrow for more NijiCar action. Have a great rest of your Saturday and enjoy watching the college football. So, take care, everyone. On to Dag.